finally time to get back to working on the landscaping around the house. First task is to fill in the French drain because it is starting to collect debris and lots of clay, and that is not good for the pipe that's in there. The pipe has tiny little holes that need to collect the surface water and the groundwater that comes up during heavy rains. We went and got 2 scoops. I think it's about 2 tons of gravel. Brought it home, and I'm simply just shoveling it out from the back of the truck into the trench, filling it to the very top. And I think I'm gonna have enough to do about half the length of the trench, and then I'll have to go back to the store and get 2 more scoops to finish the length and to top off the rest. So now that I'm done with the trench, or at least now that I'm done with the 2 scoops of gravel, what I'm going to do now is start working on this pea gravel here, and we need to get this stuff spread, but we have a little bit of an issue. When we had this nearly 10 tons of gravel dumped off here, you can see it over to my left, we asked the truck driver to back up and start dumping it down by the stairs of the deck. And he was glad to oblige, so he backed up and he started dumping, but when he drove forward, he kind of skidded out a little bit because the back wheels or the front wheels or somewhere the wheels lost a little bit of grip and ended up tearing the landscape fabric, it's actually driveway fabric, out of place, and then he dumped a bunch of the gravel on top of that, not knowing that he did that. So I need to shovel all that pea gravel that's just on bare dirt that should have been on the landscape fabric. Get that stuff out of the way so I can put the landscape fabric back in place and then put the gravel back in. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to be strategic about how I do this, because I need to move enough gravel out of the way to put the landscape fabric back on the ground and do a good amount of overlapping. But I also need to be careful about not moving too much of it, because I don't have to move it back. But also the stuff that I am removing out of this area, I'm trying to throw it in an area that's already ready for the gravel, that's not being covered by gravel. So I'm trying to minimize extra work that may result in me moving the gravel in places, moving too much of the gravel and moving gravel in places that I just have to move back again. And I also have to be careful about tearing the edge of the landscape fabric that is down already, because when you cut the fabric, you need to burn it so it melts together, otherwise it has little strands of the fabric, the woven fabric. And when I'm shoveling, those strands get caught on the shovel, and then it pulls out even more strands from the fabric that's already on the ground. So, it's got to be careful. This would have been much better had we not asked the driver to back up and spread the gravel. We thought we were going to be saving ourselves time, but it doesn't seem like that's the case so far, especially now that I think we're going to have our neighbor come over with his tractor and help us spread it with either his box blade or with the bucket. need to find where there should be landscape fabric around here somewhere so I can get the edge uncovered. So I need to keep digging back until I find it, kind of like what I have here, so that way I can just fold it up and then I can lay new fabric down and overlap these. I'm not going to put any more up here because I'm going to overlap where this dirt is. We're going to put some new ones and then overlap. So really the only place that I have that's available is over in the corner over there. This is one of those how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time projects. That's a lot of rock to move just to get new fabric down. So I'm going to take a break. Whew. Okay, it is way too hot today. Whoo boy. I think we have a storm rolling in about 2 hours. And man, that sounds wonderful right now. Just letting that rain just wash me down, cool me down. Whoo, that'd be great. I probably got just a little less, maybe just about a half of the 2 scoops of gravel. I'm getting sweat in my eyeball. 2 scoops of the gravel. 2 scoops of gravel from from the landscape store. So they told me each scoop is approximately 1,600 pounds and 3/4 of a ton. So 1.5 ton, 3,200 pounds of gravel to move today. I hope that's enough to fill in the remainder of the trench here. But given that nearly half of it was just this run right here, I'm probably going to have to get probably another 2 more scoops before this will finish out. So I'm just going to keep going. Actually, I think I'm going to take a break, cool down, and then get back at it before the storm rolls in. And as you can see here, I'm not trimming the vegetation down on the side of the trench. I'm actually just filling it in, and then once I have the trench filled in, I can come in with a lawnmower and mow this down and then blow it out with the leaf blower. But I want to keep this vegetation in here because when I pull the vegetation out from the side, it just crumbles with dirt. So I figured the root system will be good to have in there. And then once we lay the landscape fabric down here, then this vegetation will eventually die out and the root system will eventually decay inside the ground, but it won't continue to grow like this. So that's my plan. Alright, I'm done with the rock. I think I have like 5% left or so in the bed of the truck. Even though I put a tarp down, it just doesn't catch at all, and tarp rips and rock goes between or inside those holes of the rips. So, and I thought I was just going to take the remainder of this and dump it in here, but there's a lot of dust in here. It'll clog up those holes in the perforated pipe. So I think I'm going to take this and go dump this somewhere else. And then go rest because, woo, it's still wicked hot. That's a big spider. Sheesh. All right. Oh no. I guess my idea of relaxing is mowing. The breeze feels good, the shade's nice. Why not? This is the area that I did probably about a year ago, but I was doing it with my, what is that called? A trimmer and chainsaw. Might as well keep this place maintained. We also ran the pigs through this area. This is where the pigs first went when we first got them. The carport is right behind you. And then this is also where the sheep went the first day that we got them. So just trying to keep this area maintained so it doesn't get overgrown again. Look out, chicken. Oh, I have to also look out for rocks and stumps that this thing can't cut down. Any big size stumps. There is something very satisfying about that. Maybe it's just that it looks cleaner. I don't know. All right, this is the third truckload of 2 scoops, so 1.5 tons of gravel. And I'm hoping this is the last truckload of gravel to fill in the trench for the French drain. That's 1 hour worth of 1 hour worth of shoveling. Got about, I would say, between 1/2 and 3/4 worth shoveled out of the truck, and I got, let's see here, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 feet of good solid coverage. And then another, I don't know, 5 feet of half coverage. And I still have 10, maybe another 15, 20 feet more to go. Huh. So this means I'm going to need more gravel. Probably 2 or 3 more runs to the Man, I'm having issues with this camera. To the landscape supply store for more gravel, so that's going to be another 6 tons of gravel, most likely I'm going to need. Oh boy. Alright, I'm just going to keep at it, but for now, Katie and I are going to go into town, get some supplies. We'll just keep at it. Kinsley, is this just your best spot? Do you just love it here? Love it in the truck? Uh-oh, here comes Winston. That's not going to be good. Kinsley gets a little protective about her spot. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Hi, sweetie. What's going on? Are you staying cool? You're trying to stay cool at least, aren't you? Yeah, it's so hot. It's so hot, buddy. Oh, get all of this undercoat out from underneath you so you're not so hot. You got all of this out. Gotta get around your neck. I'm trying to film you and I can't. Gotta get around your neck. Alright, I wanted to end this video by showing you that I was able to get this pop-up drain in. I went to the store and I bought the adapter needed for the transition between this and the corrugated pipe, and so that means that the gravel work is all done for the French drain. Yes! I decided the rest of this trench I'm just going to fill back in with dirt as opposed to buying another, probably one more scoop, gosh, maybe even 2 more scoops just to fill the rest of this in. And it's really not needed because this is now far enough down away from the house to where it won't get into the basement or into the crawl space. So French drain is done, and now it is on to the next project, which is landscape fabric and pea gravel, getting that done so we can get the raised beds built. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.